Okay, we're back, and we are just starting from where we left off until the internet starts spinning again. But where we left off was, like I said, somebody's going to have to go to court, and everybody's going to see what somebody was doing. Everybody's going to see what somebody was doing to break the law. Hey, Joe Mike, somebody's going to have to go to court, and everybody's going to see what this person was doing. And it's like, and it means a lot to this person because now this person knows that they was not in their north compass. They know that they was committing crimes, they was doing some bullshit. Hey J Mike, hey Shaylin, you know, they know that they was, and it's like then they're afraid that people are going to hear about it and they're going to be laughing, talking about them, dogging them and everything. Sitting here talking about how they was easily led by somebody, a witch, like and they sitting there and they sitting there talking about how they had their nerve talking about you was a dark witch when you was just somebody that's just nice. Because people remember that you wasn't somebody that was ever trying to be starting fights and shit like that. Anybody that knows anything about you, they know that you are an earth angel. So now somebody worried about what other people gonna think. You should have been thinking about that before you committed that fucking crime. It's not now. This is not it. This ain't the time. Oh, somebody's afraid they're gonna get some time. They are afraid they're gonna get some time, and they're learning a valuable lesson about, being judgmental and feeling like God is only one certain way and would only accept somebody in any one way. That God loves everybody, whoever they are. See, somebody was sitting here judging you about the type of person that you was when they was clearly not looking at the type of sad, sorry, sick, sadistic, simple-minded, simpleton type of person that they was being. You know? They're worried about something else. Worry about your damn self. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. What's the message, Spirit? And and then on top of that, it's like this person is finding out that you may be spiritual and not religious, but you are also, and like maybe they're watching you or listening to, maybe you have a publication or something like that, or you're talking to they. I don't know if I don't know, whatever, but it's like you're teaching them something. They're learning a valuable lesson. They learning something, and they realizing that who really is the dark energy. They're understanding more about dark energy. Now they're able to explore about dark energy, not a person of what somebody perceives that person to be doing, because that person may be in their purpose. And it's not for you to fucking judge, because you don't know what their fucking purpose is. Somebody needs to ask for some forgiveness, because they had a lack of faith that you knew what the fuck you was doing. They should have knew that you knew what you was doing whenever you was always so optimistic and giving to them. And they asked, but they the ones who wanted to change it up because they was listening to some motherfucker who was talking about, you want to learn how to control this passion? I'm going to let you know. What you got to do is First you gotta do this, then you gotta do that, and this and that. And they had some expectations for you to change, but you was like, no, I'm just gonna be me. Like, fuck you. Fuck you and whatever you rode in on. Car, horse, dog, cat, I don't give a shit. But fuck you and fuck that. What's the message? Y'all know I'm a cussing grandma. What's the message? But I get it out. I get it in and I get it out. Something about home. You know, you know what? Now this person understands they should have, instead of trying to explore some dark side, they should have explored how to remain peaceful at home. They expected you to martyr yourself and that them and their group of friends was gonna laugh at the shit. Fuck that. Hey, Agnes. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yes. This person didn't expect you to just stay as you were. They expected you to change. They expected you to start doing something different, to get nervous, to act like you had to do this. No, you're cool being you. You're the born leader. You're the one who taught this little spoiled ass motherfucker which way to go. But this motherfucker was thinking that they was going to switch the shit up and like they was going to be in some type of control over you. I know you better sit your little ass down, especially if I'm the parent. I don't give a shit how tall you get, how big you get. This little fist you surely can still get. You know, somebody thought that they was going to make you have to survive something. It's about what? It's about what? Like, somebody thought that they was going to, like, because the spotlight was on you or something like that, or you know, this tribe was sitting back watching something. They was watching something, you know, because they wanted your personality to change. That's what it was. They wanted you and your personality to change because maybe you do tarot and you're so very peaceful, whatever. But they wanted your personality to change. Somebody was going to try and teach you a lesson. But the courts is like, you know what? We actually going to teach you the lesson since you have the nerve and the gall and the audacity to try and teach somebody else a lesson. That's what they call karma. Yeah. Now it's something about the way something is looking. Something about the way something looks. But with this leadership change and academic, they feel like if they can look like now that, you know, now they love you, they understand what you're talking about, they can come to you and you could possibly, you're smart enough to change the situation. Smart enough to change the situation. Yeah, because they feel like, you know, they too cute to go to jail. They too pretty, you know. That they don't know if they would have to defend themselves all the time, you know. And it's like, and they don't know what's going on. They wouldn't, they don't want the police to pick them up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pretty Ricky don't want to have to go to jail. You know, it's like, listen, not the face. Uh. What's the message? Mm-hmm. Now they don't believe that you a dark witch no more. They don't believe that now. Now they believe that you peaceful. They don't believe that you a dark witch no more. They was bullshitting when they said that shit. They was just saying that to see how people would treat you, and how people would perceive you. But see, really, you was innocent. They just wanted people to not get along with you because they perceived you to be a dark witch. You see, that's coming out too. That's being brought to the attention of a whole lot of people, especially since you know now they don't want you to they don't want this relationship to be over. They don't want this to be over. Before they used to say they could take you, they could leave you. Really, like they just deal with you whenever they need something. When they need something, they'll contact you. Other than that, they said, they feel like you always start problems with the family. You the one that always start the conflict with the family. And until you change and you know how to get in line, and you just be so fucking happy with the bullshit that they bring to you, and they give to you what the fuck they want to give to you, when the fuck they want to give it to you, how the fuck they want to give it to you, and how much the fuck they want to give to you. Until you can be happy with that, then they could take you or leave you. And now, but it's a different objective now. It's a different objective now. And they hoping that you remembered, the relationship, that maybe the promise that you made to God before they got here, that you was always going to protect them. Because if it's a child, of yours, that you would always work to protect that child and give that child everything that that child could have. They hoping that you remember that, that you would put that child, look up to that child, to put that child first, and just think how wonderful that child is, and help that child so that you can take on that child's karma and survive that child's karma, because they want you to think, well, that's family, and that's what we do. They feel like this is part of what you do, that you read cards, and you know how to duck and dodge the karma and shit like that, and you should be able to do that because you're walking in your purpose, and you should be able to forgive them, even forgive them for trying to snake you and going to a whole fucking different location, not trying to check on you ever, 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 ever. But sitting there lying to people, talking about, oh yeah, I go see them, but they ain't doing good. Yeah, I drove by the old bird's house, and somebody was trying to boss me around, and they was causing drama. But you wasn't doing that. You was like, did you need anything else? Could I get you something else? Did you want me to cook? Did you want something to drink? Is it too hot in here? Is it too cool in here? Are you tired? Do you want to take you was being very hospitable. But this person was like, oh my God, this is stuff I can born. I can't believe this. I just got to get the fuck up out of here. I can't do this. Just. See, this person is the one who was addicted. That's the one who was addicted. And they thought they knew it all. They thought they knew it all. Now they hoping that you can say a special prayer to God and get them out that, because they look too good, Pretty Ricky don't want to go to jail. Yeah, they hoping that you remember that, we family. We family. They don't want that to change. They want you to remember that, hey, we kindred spirits. Remember? We kindred. But whenever you was needing and you was calling, all you heard was, yeah, this kindred, I'm not available to get to the phone right now, but please leave a message. And if you already left a message once, so give me another motherfucking message, because that means you're going to go to the end of the line. Beep. See, it's different now. When you needed Kendrick, Kendrick was gone, but now the Kendrick needs you. Remember, Kendrick remember? We Kendrick. Now this person is upset. They feel bad. They no. Let me not say that word, because that's not the truth. They feel stupid. They feel dumb. They feel ignorant. That's probably a better word. That might not even be the strongest word, but that's probably a better word. They feel because they sitting here was the main one talking bad about you, saying that you the one that don't know how to talk, and you this and then you always starting shit and blah blah blah, and going around talking to everybody who would listen about you. Now this person is feeling haunted. All that shit is coming back, because you know why? Now they want you to remember, Kindred. You didn't even know you was in a competition. You didn't even know that you was starting fights and starting shit. You didn't even know all that. Shit, had you known, you would have started. Let me know if I'm gonna be a shit disturber. If I'm starting fires, let me know, cause baby, I got some fires I can start. Give me the matches. Don't say it behind my back. Say it to my face. You wanted to affect me? Say it to my face. But if you can't, that just means that you're not that tough. Thank you. I don't compete either. See? They was trying to shine a light on you. You cannot make this up, what they say. Shine. They was trying to shine a light on you. While they were sitting in the background creating some shit, plotting and planning some other shit. You didn't know nothing about it. You didn't know nothing about it. But they acting like they ain't doing shit, right? They the ones who's creating the drama. What you say? You say made you famous. I know that's right. Yes, honey, trying to shine a light on you. If love is in reverse, and what, let me see. angel said she don't love them no more. Ain't no love over here. What the fuck you need? Yo, homeboy, yo, homegirl, what's up? What you need, young blood? What you need, young blood? What? You need what? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Speak up. Confirmation, speak up. I'm sorry. Come again one more time. Wait, you said what? You know what? This damn phone. I don't know what the fuck is gonna. What whoever this is, hang up and call me back. Give me a minute. It take me a minute to fully power my phone all the way off. Then call me back. All right, bye. Mm-hmm. See, they thought that you was always going to be there. They thought you was always going to be there. You weren't going nowhere. You weren't going nowhere. It was like, save yourself, fool. You didn't need me. Remember? You got to save yourself. I can't do nothing to help you. I mean, I can put some money in your books. I can do that. But I told you to leave that motherfucker alone long ass time ago. I don't know why the fuck you thought I was the one that was lying. I don't know why you thought that I was the one that was lying. Especially when I already shined light on some of the stupid shit that bitch would do. So, I don't understand. Yes, Red Violet, exactly. Exactly. I felt it. The Earth Angel was like, I ain't got shit for you. I ain't got shit for you. Yeah. Somebody asking forgiveness because of them putting things on top of what they had with you, not realizing they sitting here causing a conflict with you and wanting people to laugh at you. Now, somebody got to go away. And their entire life is going to be changed. They're going to be told every single day what they can and what they cannot do. When they can get up, when they can shower, when they can shit, when they can eat, everything. They was so smart. They was dumb. They already knew not to do nothing stupid, but they created their own drama. This person is aware they created their own hardship. This person may have to serve some time. But the perfect part about it is the fact that you're not going to step in and you're not going to do nothing. You're not going to do nothing. And then the things that you are going to do, you may do it behind the scenes. But these people, this tribe that went against you, oh, let me tell you something. The leader of that tribe, that person is scared. Because that person knows that was the one who misdirected, who misguided someone else. And instead of this person telling this person, hey, listen, you don't really want to go that way, they didn't. They said they'll let this person find out the hard way and have to survive. Because they really didn't care about that person. They felt like that person was like you. They wanted that person's personality to change too. But you tried to tell someone. You tried to tell someone it was not going to end well for them. She said, I ain't got shit for you. There's nothing I can do. You should have stopped when you had a chance. I don't know why you would think that I would lie to you. Especially whenever I was the one who gave you everything that you wanted. If I was the one who gave you everything that you wanted, why would I be the one lying to you? Trying to create a hardship. I was the one who wanted to see you succeed. I gave you everything. How many other kids rode around with a fucking horse whipping stick and some leather gloves and a top hat and a coat with a kerchief and tie and shit, and with a little flower and them some kerchief shoes or some shit like that? How many other kids rode around like that? Oh, la Marcia. Like, why would I be the one to create the hardship? It's the one who you thought, oh, this one is so nice, so sweet, so cool. That's the one that was playing in your energy. That was the one that was playing games. Oh, well, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. Disconnect. Maybe somebody feels disconnected from you. Especially right now, since you're shining. You're shining, and they're going through this hardship. If someone feels so disconnected, and they wondered why did they? They should have saw that a snake was a snake, was a snake, was a snake, was a snake. They should have paid attention that, you know what, you worked an honest wage. You were honest with what you did. You know, you went to work. This person knew that whatever you did, it was honorable. You could hold your head up high. You didn't have to worry about having to go to court or jail or prison or nothing like that. You was not the person that was sitting here trying to compete with nobody else, let alone a fucking snake. You know, you was the leader of the family. You was a leader in your family. But you know what? Something about this family with this wise guy, I'm saying somebody was working hard to try and take away from your shine. Working hard. And they feel completely disconnected from you. Completely disconnected from you. Like the cord was cut. And they got the message that the switch that they thought was so cool, had their back, only did it for them to martyr themselves, only did it long enough to ruin the relationship between them and you. And when that was done, that person said, perfect. Now I'm free. What's the message? Now someone feels like they have to defend, they should have defended the relationship between you and them. You know, they should have fought for this. They should have recognized that, you know what, they should have recognized who you were with them in this relationship, that they should have followed your lead. It's important now that this person is remembering. It's important that this person is remembering that, you know what, you were innocent of everybody in this. You were the person that was innocent. And this person is starting to remember this here and now. Like they're waking up. They're realizing what you went through, what they put you through. You actually had to survive. Somebody's waking up to realize that you were abused, that they abused you, that group, for their own entertainment. They were abusing you. You had to survive some shit. And all of them, everybody else in that group, there was a bunch of fucking chickens. All of them. All of them. For what they did to you. And you had the strength to forgive them, because you knew it wasn't about getting off scot-free. It was really about you loving you. So you forgave them and you left them. But you also let it be known to this player. You also let it be known to this player. Not only do you have the return to sender times 10, but until you do right by me, until you do right by me, won't shit go right by you. Expect a phone call. Expect a message. Because somebody knows they got a problem. Somebody knows they need help. They need help. They're going to send you a message because they got a problem on their hands. And they know that you're the only one that can take that witch dead. You know what? Yeah, we got it in the last reading. You know how to do some things. You know how to do some things, even whenever someone was trying to bring you conflict and they was doing it and they didn't think that you knew. You knew. Not only did you know, but you said to them, "Peekaboo, I see you." They even tried to go to another location. They even tried to switch something up. Like they created a different online profile or something, but you was smart enough to know it was this vain motherfucker who didn't think that you was smart enough to know that here they are trying to come around again. You already know somebody's going to call you because they know that you know how to get down spiritually, which is what they need. But Spirit said, show them an act of love and do nothing. End it. It's done. Remember? They wanted nothing else to do with you. They buried you. They said they no longer have anything else to do with you. So they know what time it is. Mm-hmm. See nothing. Remain in your purpose. That's it. Spirit said do nothing. Don't do nothing. You just remain in your purpose. You can't worry about this, nothing. You know what? This is what this person gets for causing conflict from you. Now they get to be the brunt of the joke. They was trying to cause you conflict. Now it's their time. Now somebody actually gets to see how it feels up close and personal. They're going to learn a valuable lesson. They're going to be real smart after this. They're going to see how this shit feels. You know, this person, like I said, they didn't care that they made you have to survive. You had to preserve yourself. You had to do it alone. They left you to die. They left you to die. And now everybody's looking at this person and they see ain't nothing but a big ass chicken. Now all of a sudden they not as vain as they was before. What's the message? See, they was afraid to be themselves. And they didn't like it that you like to be you. They did not like it that you loved being you. Mm-hmm. And this person is just looking at you. See, they wanted to shine. They didn't want you to shine. But see, you being you, you shine because you are just you, unapologetically, 100% authentically you. You don't have a problem living in you, in your skin, in your integrity, in your authenticity. And they look at you and they think that you are perfect, which is why they wanted to cause you hardship. even though you didn't do shit to them for no fucking reason. Here's the message. Somebody from the family wants to come visit. They want to come visit because they want to tell you about this person. How this person was being a wise guy, how this person has gotten into trouble. You know, and the fact that this person thought that they was doing something so perfectly. They thought they was being so smooth with that whatever they was trying to do to you, even though you wasn't really even suspecting anything. That's the fucked up part, is they was trying to cause a hardship for you and you wasn't even suspecting anything. And you know what? This is the type of person that you are. You know what? Had you even found out or something popped up and they didn't, it didn't happen in this fashion, you would have still forgiven them. Because, like I said, you know that forgiveness is for you, it's not for them. But for whatever reason, this person did too much. All they had to do was stop. Well, for whatever reason, they did too much. And they put you in a position where you feel like you just can't care. Normally, you would be the first to jump up to say, what can I do? But this is the time when this is where you cannot do it. All you can do is just hope that this person can remember things that you taught this person and let that be their compass, and to remember that it's up to them. And they have to be so careful about the company that they keep, because all them people ain't your friends. And who somebody's going to tell you about somebody else, be careful about what you believe, what you don't believe, this, that, and the other. Be careful about all that shit. Well, this person is definitely getting ready to change. There's too many that came out. This person's life is changing. Definitely changing. Like going in a direction they never thought they would go. All because they made this promise to this player. They chose to work with somebody. They made a promise, and now they're the ones who's getting all the attention. They're the ones who's being called out for it. That's them. They're being called out for it. And you're going to hear about it. How somebody, what they was doing. How somebody was trying to pull the puppet strings, or, they was following somebody else, following behind somebody else. I'm telling you, they wanted you to have to survive something. They wanted you to have to survive something. They thought they was going to teach you a lesson. They thought they was going to get the last laugh. But now this person, all they can do is remember. Remember being with you. Remember what it was like. Remember, like if you was this child's mother and this child got in trouble. Now this child is remembering it was just them and you. How you cared for them from since a baby. This child now understands that yes, you're a very conscientious person on purpose. Because you're an earth angel, you do sit on the spiritual throne. That you was providing this message to somebody and it scared them because it's like you wasn't even there. How would you know? You was telling somebody something. How would you know you wasn't even there? And you telling me all about this. How you know? How you know? It's because you're in your north node. You're doing what God asks you to do. And you told this person about this person in this group and how they get down. And they're just going to use this person and create drama in this person's life. And the objective was to separate the two of you. That player felt rejected. And the only way that they could get even was instead of them just going on with the rest of their life, they decided they was going to make a personal vendetta against you. They worked hard to try and affect you, but you wasn't worried about them and they could never affect you. You was always a person that was always of service. And this person was always so vain. They tried to affect you, but they couldn't. You was always on your spiritual throne. So they felt like if they could separate you and this person, they'd create that hardship. But see, they didn't know that there was a backstory to you. This was your entire life. Living alone, being alone. This was you. This is why you and God had such a good connection. So this person wasn't doing anything to you. He was doing it to them. But you told somebody to be careful because somebody would lead them and they'd have to survive the same shit. You told somebody. You prophesied. You told them to follow the North Compass. You told them to leave that person alone. You told them to always do what's right, to pray. You told them. You told them about forgiveness. You told them everything that they're going to have to forgive. You even told them why it's important to forgive. And how forgiveness can come, them having forgiveness for someone else really is forgiveness for themselves. Because they want God to forgive them. So how dare them not forgive somebody else? It's like the way that you would teach this person or reach out to this person. It was very creative because it's like this person learned a lot of valuable life lessons. But for whatever reason, they wanted to stop listening. So it's like now this person has to go back and they have to start recalling, remembering, and stop fighting with you. They have to stop fighting with you. Spirit said it is time for that person to end that shit, to end fighting with you, to end this relationship with this witch, to end trying to cover for this witch, to end not getting on their own spiritual throne, to end, stop trying to not being accountable and responsible for some shit that you did. If you did it, then you have to own up to it. Here and now. That's the only way to follow your North Compass. You have to own up to the truth, no matter what it is. That's the only way to follow your North Compass. It's time. Spirit said, this is the perfect time. This is divine timing. This is it. This is the day. That's the message. That is the message from Spirit. That is the message from Spirit. And I'm going to stop right there. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to feed myself. I'm getting ready to heat up this pizza and eat. And I may take me a little siesta. Oh, yeah, it's 12:45. I'll be back. I didn't know it was that early. I must have started early. Yeah, I almost jumped up out I guess I did jump out the chair when I saw that the Earth Angel and the love card was in reverse. I was like, she was like, I ain't got shit for you. I can make you a sandwich, maybe. What you want? Peanut butter and orange marmalade or peanut butter and strawberry jam? Which one you want, baby? But that's all I got for you. All right. Thank you so very much. And to Red Violet and J Mike, thank you. Everyone else, thank you so very much for hanging out with me and catching me on the lives. Even if we got to restart the live because the internet was like spinning, but I'll be back. I love y'all. And I guess later this afternoon, whenever we come back, if y'all have questions, throw them into the chat, okay? All right. Thank you so very much. And I'm getting ready to eat because I'm starving. Bye now.